One supplement causes more confusion than any other, and that's magnesium. With so many different forms available, each form containing differing percentages of elemental magnesium, it's no wonder that most people are scratching their heads. But it gets worse, because there's one vital piece of magnesium information that supplement companies are choosing not to tell you about their products. Today, however, we're calling them out, and I'll be giving you the real numbers. So if you can't decide whether to buy magnesium glycinate, threonate, aspartate, oxide, or one of the many other forms, then keep watching, because within the next 8 minutes, you'll be an expert. Under review are the 14 most popular forms of magnesium supplements. First, I'll tell you what each form may be best suited to, for example, relaxation, digestion, muscle recovery, or cognitive support. Then I'll tell you exactly what percentage of elemental magnesium is present in each form, which does vary considerably. Following that, I'll reveal something that supplement companies should but don't tell you, and that's the truth regarding just how much of the elemental magnesium present in their product can actually be absorbed by your body. And spoiler alert, that absorption rate varies considerably dependent on the form. Lastly, and perhaps the most useful piece of data, I'll tell you exactly how many milligrams of absorbable magnesium you'd get from ingesting a single 1000 milligram capsule of each form. This will allow you to easily calculate your current actual magnesium intake from supplements based on your chosen form. I'm going to present the data as a simple table graphic, and I'll also talk you through each form in alphabetical order. So let's jump right in and kick things off with magnesium ascorbate. This particular form is bound to ascorbic acid, combining the benefits of magnesium with vitamin C, supporting immune health and antioxidant activity. Now it's important to understand that the percentage of elemental magnesium present in each form of magnesium varies depending on the molecular weight of that particular compound. In the case of magnesium ascorbate, it's just 7% elemental magnesium. This means that 1000 milligrams of magnesium ascorbate actually only contains 70 milligrams of elemental magnesium. However, it doesn't end there, because we next have to consider the absorption rate, which in ascorbate's case is 20 to 30%. So best case scenario, a 1000 milligram capsule of magnesium ascorbate provides just 21 milligrams of bioavailable elemental magnesium. Or put it another way, 21 milligrams of magnesium that you're actually going to absorb. Next up is magnesium aspartate. Now this form is thought to support energy production and is often used for fatigue and muscle recovery. Now in common with the ascorbate form, it's also around 7% elemental magnesium, so 1000 milligrams would contain 70 milligrams. However, its absorption rate is better at 30 to 40%. So best case, 1000 milligram capsule would provide 28 milligrams of absorbable elemental magnesium. Then we have magnesium carbonate, a form which converts to magnesium chloride in the stomach. Used as both an antacid and for magnesium supplementation, this form contains 29% elemental magnesium. So 1000 milligrams provides 290 milligrams. However, only 10 to 20% is bioavailable, delivering a maximum 58 milligrams absorbable magnesium per 1000 milligram capsule. And quickly, before moving on, a shameless plug for my preferred longevity supplement brand, Do Not Age. All products are third-party lab tested, ultra pure and totally filler free. Plus here's an exclusive 10% discount code that will work for all their products including subscriptions and special offers. Enjoy. Magnesium chloride next. This form is 12% elemental magnesium, so 1000 milligrams contains 120 milligrams, of which 30 to 40% will be absorbed, providing a maximum of 48 milligrams. Notably, this form is very well absorbed when used topically, either applied directly to the skin or added to a bath. Next we have magnesium citrate, which is a form that's commonly used to support digestion and relieve constipation. It's 16% elemental magnesium, so 1000 milligrams contains 160 milligrams, of which 30 to 40% can be absorbed, providing us with a maximum of 64 milligrams of absorbable magnesium per 1000 milligram capsule. Next up is magnesium gluconate. Known for being gentle on the stomach, this form contains only 6% elemental magnesium, giving us just 60 milligrams per 1000 milligrams. In this case, only 20 to 30% of that's absorbable, so our 1000 milligram capsule would deliver a maximum of 18 milligrams usable elemental magnesium. My personal favourite's up next, and that's magnesium glycinate. Gentle on the stomach and highly bioavailable, this form is often recommended for promoting relaxation and sleep. It contains 20% elemental magnesium, providing 200 mg per 1000 mg, with a whopping 50 to 60% of that being absorbable. So in this instance, our 1000 mg capsule would deliver up to 120 mg of bioavailable elemental magnesium, and that's going to be very hard to beat. Magnesium lactate next, which like the glycinate form is also well absorbed and gentle on the stomach. However, the lactate form is just 12% elemental magnesium, of which only 30 to 40% is absorbable, which means our 1000 mg capsule would at most provide 48 mg of absorbable magnesium. Next we have the glycinate form, which I believe is often recommended for muscle and connective tissue health, as it supposedly supports tissue repair. Unfortunately, it's only 8% elemental magnesium, however 30 to 40% of that's absorbable. So this time round, our 1000 mg capsule provide a maximum 32 mg of bioavailable magnesium. A little side note, the magnesium product that I currently use is from Doctor's Best, and that actually contains a combination of magnesium lysate and glycinate, which for me at least has proven to be very effective. However, I do also get a little magnesium threonate from my daily vitamin D3 K2 magnesium combination supplement. Well absorbed and thought to support energy production, magnesium malate contains 15% elemental magnesium. So 1000 mg would deliver 150 mg, of which 30 to 40% is absorbable. So best case scenario, our 1000 mg capsule would deliver 60 mg of bioavailable elemental magnesium. This next form is touted to support heart health and energy production, and that's magnesium orotate. Often used by athletes, this form is 7% elemental magnesium, providing 70 mg per 1000 mg. However, it does have good bioavailability, with 30 to 40% being absorbable, delivering a maximum of 28 mg per 1000 mg capsule. Perhaps the cheapest form, next we have magnesium oxide. Now, although it does contain a whopping 60% elemental magnesium, it also has poor bioavailability, with an absorption rate of just 4 to 10%. So in the very best case scenario, our 1000 mg capsule will deliver a maximum 60 mg of absorbable elemental magnesium. Perhaps not quite the bargain it first appeared to be. This next form is often recommended for heart health and calming effects, and that's magnesium taurate. It contains 9% elemental magnesium, providing 90 mg per 1000 mg, and has good bioavailability, with 30 to 40% being absorbable. So in this case, our 1000 mg capsule will deliver a maximum of 36 mg. Lastly, we have another favourite of mine, and that's magnesium threonate. Now, this form of magnesium is unique for its ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, thereby supporting cognitive health. Now, although it does only contain 8% elemental magnesium, it is reasonably bioavailable, with 20 to 30% being absorbable. So we can expect our 1000 mg capsule to deliver a maximum 24 mg of absorbable elemental magnesium. Now, there's several variables that may influence your personal magnesium requirements. The most important being your age, your sex, and your diet. For example, if you're getting significant amounts of magnesium from the food you eat, then your requirements from supplements may be reduced. And by the way, just like with magnesium supplements, depending on the food in question, only between 25 to 50% of the elemental magnesium present will actually be absorbed by your body. As a practical example, if you were to say eat 100 mg of pumpkin seeds, which by the way has the highest magnesium content of any food, then that would provide 535 mg of magnesium. Assuming an average absorption rate of 35%, your body would absorb just 187 mg. And regarding your age, your ability to both absorb and retain magnesium does degrade in later life, with studies suggesting that older adults may absorb 20 to 30% less magnesium compared to younger individuals, and this may require increased dosages in order to compensate. Although making sure you're also taking sufficient vitamin D will also enhance magnesium absorption immensely, so keep that in mind and don't forget to add some vitamin K for optimal results. As a dosage starting point, and by that I mean your total magnesium intake from both food and supplements, you should certainly not be getting any less than USRDA, which for women over 30 is 320 mg and for men over 30 is 420 mg. Just keep in mind that these numbers are the minimum to stay healthy. For most of us, the optimal number may be higher. Lastly, although magnesium is considered safe when consumed through food, be aware that excessive intake from supplements is far easier to achieve. It's important to understand that poorly absorbed forms of magnesium like oxide and sulfate act like laxatives, because most of it's actually just passing through the gut unabsorbed. Higher absorption forms like glycinate, citrate and malate leave much less unabsorbed magnesium, reducing any potential for digestive side effects. In my opinion, magnesium glycinate is the best all-round choice for most people, and that's down to its high absorption rate, lack of side effects, and its calming benefits. Of course, you'll want to tailor your choice to your specific needs, which is why many people, myself included, opt to take multiple forms. For example, I take glycinate, threonate, and glycinate. Now, if you're new to magnesium, then I always suggest starting with a low dose. Try adding in just 100 milligrams of absorbable elemental magnesium per day and adjust over time if required. And lastly, if you're being treated for a health condition, then always consult your doctor before taking a magnesium supplement. Hopefully this presentation has made your magnesium supplement buying decisions a little bit clearer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and remember, this channel is here to serve you, so don't hold back letting me know what future content you'd like to see. Many thanks for watching, and as always, take care, be healthy, and I'll see you again soon.